Welcome back to the Unrevealed Realities, where we uncover stories hidden from the world, where silent courage and quiet acts of kindness leave ripples far beyond what anyone notices. In Secret Chapters, we step into lives that rarely get told, journeys that remain unseen, and moments that quietly shape futures. It's 6 a.m. in a quiet neighborhood. The fog hangs low over narrow streets, softening the outlines of worn-out buildings. The city is waking slowly, but one small porch glows with purpose. This is no ordinary porch. This is the silent classroom of Mr. Mahmoud, a retired teacher who refused to let retirement dim his commitment to education. Mr. Mahmoud spent decades in schools, shaping young minds with chalk and patience. When retirement came, most would rest, but he could not. In his heart, the work was never done. His small porch, barely enough to fit 30 chairs, became a sanctuary of learning for underprivileged children. No fees, no cameras, no recognition, only dedication and the soft hum of learning filling the morning air. By 7 a.m., children begin to arrive. Some walk barefoot on cracked sidewalks, others clutch tattered notebooks and worn-out pencils. Their clothes are faded, patched, or too small, yet their eyes sparkle with anticipation. For them, this is not just a class, it is a doorway to a world that had often seemed unreachable. The porch is cramped, 30 children, shoulder to shoulder, sit on mismatched chairs or even the floor. But the air is alive with curiosity and excitement. Mr. Mahmoud's voice, calm yet firm, breaks the morning silence. Today, we will not only learn numbers or letters. Today, we will learn to dream. The routine is simple but sacred. He begins with basics, reading, writing, mathematics, but it's the subtle lessons beyond textbooks that define his teaching. Respect, resilience, hope. When a student falters, he bends down, speaking softly, never dismissing mistakes. Each correction is a gentle push, a whisper of belief in their potential. By 9 a.m., the street outside buzzes with ordinary life, unaware of the small miracles happening in the corner porch. Passers-by notice the children but rarely pause. They do not see the stories etched in these young faces, the hunger, the struggle, the dreams patiently waiting to grow. And yet, inside that modest space, seeds of change are taking root. Mr. Mahmoud has no assistants, no teaching aids beyond old textbooks, scraps of paper, and chalkboards that have seen decades. Yet, every lesson is precise, immersive, and alive. He uses stories from his own life, lessons of courage and perseverance, to illustrate concepts. A math problem becomes a tale of resourcefulness, a paragraph in English becomes a story of hope. At 11 a.m., a storm gathers outside. Rain lashes against the porch roof. Many children remain, undeterred. They huddle closer, listening intently as Mr. Mahmoud reads a story aloud. Each word is carefully chosen, each pause intentional, drawing them into a world where dreams are possible. Some children peek outside at the rain, their clothes damp, their shoes forgotten. Yet, their attention never wavers. The lesson is more than just knowledge, it is trust, security, and a rare sense of belonging. The afternoon arrives, and the children begin to leave, tired yet fulfilled. Mr. Mahmoud watches silently, his face a mixture of exhaustion and quiet satisfaction. Alone for a moment, he straightens the scattered papers and wipes the chalkboard clean. For him, these little acts, the small triumphs of children finally understanding a concept, the shy smiles of accomplishment, are enough to fill a lifetime. Word of his efforts spreads quietly. Neighbors talk in hushed admiration. Some of the children's parents weep when they see their kids returning home with glowing eyes, reciting lessons that had once been impossible for them to grasp. "Sir didn't just teach us lessons," one child says softly. "He taught us how to dream." Even as media and recognition pass him by, Mr. Mahmoud continues. His joy is in the small victories. A child reading fluently for the first time, a timid boy confidently solving a math problem, a girl who once thought school was unattainable daring to dream of college. Every day, he builds not just minds but courage, determination, and hope. By sunset, the porch is empty, silent again, save for the lingering traces of chalk dust and laughter. Mr. Mahmoud sits alone, sipping tea, reflecting on a day spent not in pursuit of fame but in pursuit of futures. The neighborhood goes about its ordinary life, unaware of the extraordinary work done in a corner that fits no larger headlines but creates monumental impact. At night, he writes in a small journal, recording each child's progress, challenges, and dreams. Each entry is a testament to quiet perseverance, a chronicle of lives touched without fanfare. Here, the story of education is rewritten, not as a transaction, but as a gift freely given, a legacy quietly forged. The porch, the children, the worn-out textbooks, and the relentless teacher together weave a tapestry of resilience. It is a story that unfolds not in grand stages but in hushed moments, soft victories, and the relentless hope of one man who refused to give up on his calling. The next morning, the world outside awakens with its usual chaos, but the small porch of Mr. Mahmoud stands steadfast, a beacon of calm and purpose. By 6:30 a.m., children start arriving again, their footsteps hurried, their eyes still filled with yesterday's lessons. Some stumble along broken pavements, some tug along younger siblings who cling to them, unwilling to miss a single moment of this quiet sanctuary. For these children, time moves differently here, slower, richer, more deliberate. Every second matters. Mr. Mahmoud greets them with the same soft voice, the same patient smile. Today, he says, we learn not what is easy, but what is important. A hush falls over the small group. Even the wind outside seems to pause, as if honoring the gravity of learning and dreams quietly unfolding in that modest space. By 8 a.m., the lessons grow deeper. The chalkboard is filled with complex problems, sentences to parse, stories to analyze. Yet, the real teaching happens between the lines. A timid boy hesitates to speak. Mahmoud kneels beside him, whispering encouragement. Mistakes are just stepping stones. Try again. I believe in you. The boy tries. His hand shakes. But when he succeeds, a spark ignites in his eyes, a spark that no hardship, no scarcity can ever extinguish. Outside, the city hustles and bustles, oblivious to the quiet miracles occurring on the porch. Neighbors glance at the gathering children but rarely intervene, unaware that here, within a few square feet, lives are being rewritten. Each lesson carries weight beyond the curriculum. Resilience, patience, creativity, hope, they are taught as urgently as mathematics and grammar. By 10 a.m., a storm of challenges enters the classroom, not just in the form of thunder and rain but in the stories the children carry with them. A girl who helps care for her siblings, a boy whose father is ill, a child who struggles to read at all, they bring their lives to the classroom along with their notebooks. Mahmoud listens. He does not judge. He adapts. He becomes more than a teacher. He is a lighthouse in a sea of uncertainty. His lessons accommodate not just intellect but circumstance, nurturing courage alongside knowledge. He often tells stories from his own past. How he once struggled with poverty, how he once doubted himself, how perseverance changed his life. These stories are not lectures, they are mirrors, showing the children that their struggles are real but not permanent. They can overcome, they can dream, they can soar beyond the narrow streets they call home. Lunch is simple, children share what little they have brought, small pieces of bread, a few fruits, a cup of water. Mahmoud sits quietly, eating alongside them, part teacher, part guardian, part friend. Conversations drift naturally from numbers to dreams, from grammar to goals. A child timidly asks if she can become a doctor. Mahmoud smiles, yes, but first, let's see the world of knowledge you can build today. The rest will follow. Afternoons bring small triumphs. Children solve problems once thought impossible, read paragraphs with fluency, recite poems with pride. Their laughter rings louder than any city noise outside. Their eyes glow with the quiet revelation that learning is not punishment, not obligation, but a key that opens doors they never thought existed. Mahmoud watches silently, knowing these moments are not fleeting but formative, shaping not just minds but character and courage. Months pass. Seasons change. The children grow in confidence, in knowledge, in vision. The boy who once hesitated now explains math concepts to his peers. The girl who struggled to read now devours stories aloud. They come to understand that this small porch is a universe of possibility, where poverty and circumstance are obstacles but not limits. Word spreads, quietly. Some journalists come, cameras in hand, hoping to capture a viral story. Mahmoud refuses. This is not about fame, he says. It's about giving children the chance to believe in themselves. The children learn from him the value of humility, integrity, and perseverance. They see that greatness does not always require an audience. Sometimes, it only requires dedication, patience, and an unshakable belief in the potential of others. By evening, the lessons end. Children leave with notebooks heavier than before, but hearts even fuller. They step into the streets with a new sense of purpose. Their parents watch, amazed. One mother whispers, "Sir didn't just teach them lessons. He gave them hope." Over the years, many of Mahmoud's students achieve what once seemed impossible. Some become doctors, engineers, teachers, even community leaders. They return occasionally, unannounced, to the small porch that started it all. They bring stories of struggle, stories of success, stories of dreams realized. And every time they stand there, looking at Mahmoud, gratitude is palpable in their eyes. They remember that this teacher, this silent mentor, never sought recognition. He simply gave, tirelessly, day after day, because he believed in the power of education and the boundless potential of the human spirit. Even now, when the porch is quiet and the sun sets behind the rooftops, the echoes of lessons linger. The chalk dust in the air, the worn pages of old textbooks, the laughter of children, it all tells the story of one man's dedication to a higher calling. It reminds us that real heroes often do not appear on screens or in headlines, they live quietly among us, shaping the world one life at a time. And in this secret chapter of life, the children of Mr. Mahmoud continue to carry forward the light he ignited. They dream bigger, work harder, and step into a world that once seemed impossible. Because of him, they learned not just how to read, write, and solve problems, they learned how to dream, how to believe, and how to rise. As night falls, the porch stands empty once more, waiting for the next morning. Mahmoud closes his journal, the faint smile of quiet satisfaction on his face. Outside, the world moves on, unaware that in one small corner, hope has been nurtured, futures rewritten, and lives transformed. Thank you for watching the Unrevealed Realities. Don't forget to subscribe and share, so more secret chapters of courage, hope, and humanity can be revealed.